Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Anne-Marie from Living Love Consciously. I hope you're doing really well. So, of course, I have something to complain about, but what I've decided to do is instead of complaining and talking about how challenging my week was, I am going to say the opposite of what my week was, hoping to give some encouragement to stay positive, or at least to try to find the silver lining in challenging situations. So my week was quite amazing. I set really great boundaries at work, and I had some respite. So that means I was able to rest, I was able to relax, and by setting those boundaries, when I'm off, people don't contact me, I'm not answering emails, I'm not following up on anything. I just allow the process to work that I set up for me to be off. How amazing again was my day. I am not overwhelmed at work. All the tasks that I have, I'm able to manage them. I'm able to process them thoroughly to the point where my work is impeccable because I am focused on that task alone, and I'm not constantly switching hats in the middle of a task and moving forward. So it was a really great feeling not to have to do that. It was a great feeling to be able to concentrate on something, to finish it thoroughly, and to hand it in and say, you know what, I'm very proud of this piece of work that I'm handing in because I know I had the time to do it well and I had the time to do it right. So that was my week, right? On a personal note, I had help with my son. I got to rest. I got to sleep. I got to just be a mom, but also enjoy the process of being a mom, which means spending time with my son, not spending time with my son and cleaning, not spending time with my son and doing something else. Kind of like at work, where I am multitasking and wearing different hats. So it's exhausting. So I was able to do that thoroughly well. So that's how I'm going to start off and tell you about my week. So it's Opposites Day. So since it's Opposites Day, I will give you a story about getting to work in a city. So lately, I live in a city, and lately on my train line, it has been quite busy, or even delayed with regards to the train. I have to say that before COVID, it was like this. There were a lot of people moving in, and it just seemed like there was delays all the time, or there were just not enough seats or space in the trains. So you'd have to wait like 2 or 3 trains before you could get on the train. And, it's fine, but that means that you have to wake up extra time to make up for the delays, to make up for the fact that you may not be able to get on your train in order to get to work early or on time. And how I love my people, my neighbors, my city neighbors as I call them. I saw when I came into the train station that it was packed. So people had been waiting before me for a train, hadn't been able to get on the train, and they were waiting. So what I do is I allow those people to try to get on the train. If there is room, I will do my best to squeeze in. So I had waited, I think this was train number 2 or maybe number 3. So I had waited patiently, allowed people to get in, squeeze, fight, whatever, because it's too early in the morning for all that. And I really try my best to just have my day start in quote unquote positive way, or just in a way where I'm practicing what I preach, living love consciously, right? So I don't push people, I don't jump in front of people just because I have to get to work. I assume that everybody has to get to work. That's why we're here, has to get to a destination, right? So I sit back, I stand back, I allow people to get in, and this next train is coming, and it's like, I think the 3rd train, as I mentioned, maybe it was the 2nd or 3rd train. And there are people who just got down to the train station rushing. And this guy sees me standing there, and instead of pushing me out of the way and just jumping in front of me to get in the door, he kindly let me in. Oh, wasn't that so nice of him? He didn't prioritize his own needs. He didn't prioritize the fact that he needed to get to work above my need to get to work. No. He was so kind and allowed me to get on the train effortlessly, to nudge into a little space that was there available so I could at least get to work on time. Yes, that's what he did. No, that is not what he did. So opposite day stops. No, that is not what he did. He rushes down. He sees me standing there. He jumps directly in front of me and looks at me like, yes, I'm doing exactly this. I am privileged. And I'm one of those people who doesn't really use that word privilege, but he was of the sorts of a privileged mindset. Like, you could kind of tell if you're judging a book by its cover. So, I just try not to be that person. I really work really hard not to be that person who's like, everybody of a certain gender or race or blah culture are privileged. No, I try not to do that because I don't know. And you can't judge a book by its cover. So he jumps in front of me, squeezes himself into the train, and somehow I manage to just find a space on the train. And I whisper under my breath, fucking assholes. I did. I said it. And I did not care. And I looked at him and I looked at him with my face. I hope my face said, you're an asshole. I hope my face said that. And you should be embarrassed for your behavior as a man. Yes, as a man, you should be embarrassed for your behavior. Because that was just bitch move. That was a bitch move for a man. Bitch move. And I have to say that society has become a bunch of bitch move making people. Seriously. The men, and I'm not saying every man, I'm saying very specific types of men in very specific areas of the country make bitch moves on a regular basis. And even women make bitch moves on a regular basis. Privileged, out of sync with this bond that women should have, this respect that people should have for mothers, respect for the elderly, respect for people who are less privileged than you. And I'm not talking about all the political stuff. I'm talking about someone who's old, someone who's handicapped, someone who probably needs a seat on a bus, a train, a child can be one of those. And I'm talking about little children, not middle schoolers who should probably stand up and offer their seat to a woman. Like, what are we raising in the next generation? Because these little dudes are gonna be some of the horrendous human beings I can think of. Because their parents are raising entitled, lazy children. I'm sorry, it's the truth. It's the truth. So anyway, that's what happened. And on my way home, this woman had a baby. No one got up. And when I was pregnant, rarely did people get up and say, ma'am. And if people did get up, it would be like old school people, Latino men. Yeah, mostly. People not American. People not from this country would be the ones to be like, and sometimes that wasn't true either. Sometimes there are people not from this country who are of Caribbean, Latin descent would get up most of the time, if I had to say anecdotally from my observations. Like people from other parts of the country, Eastern Europeans, yes, I would say, but some other parts, of the side of the aisle. No. And I understand we're all tired, but there was a point where women, mothers, being a mother was held to a certain standard, a certain, I don't know if standard is the right word, but a certain hierarchy. Maybe hierarchy is not the right word, but there was a certain respect that you had when someone was a mother, is a mother, where you would have the respect for it. But now, no. These women are some of these really young, like women in their 30s, in their late 20s. Being a mother is an inconvenience to whatever career aspirations they're trying to get. Which, baby girl, I want to tell you, when you die, it's not going to matter. It's not. And I'm not saying like have kids so you can have somebody to take care of you, because that's a really ignorant reason to have children, because it's not a guarantee, and that's not a reason you should have children, to have somebody to take care of you. No, you should have children because if you decide that's right for you, because you want to help another human come into this world and give them a foundation that they can be decent people in a society and work together. At least that's my thoughts. That is my opinion. And for the people, women who go on the internet and talk about how I am child free, I'm happy for you, but no one gives shit. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. And for the mothers going on the internet telling everybody that they should have children, keep it to yourself. Because no one, right? Just be a kind human. If you're having a great time, talk about it. If you're having a bad time, talk about it. But do not disparage people for the decisions that they've made. And don't you dare look down at people for the decisions that they made. Either or. Instead, be a kind person. If you see a woman who has children, get up. Offer her your seat. Because it's a lot. She is raising the next generation of the person who might need to take care of you because you have nobody, who's probably going to work at a hospital, maybe work with the elderly. You would hope, they go into something that's helpful to humanity. And you want to be kind to that person, even though they're not yours, but you want to show them some kind of respect, because when you get old, you're going to want that respect back. All right? Just be kind. Just be nice. Just be helpful. Like, no one's asking you to stop living your life. No one's asking you to feel guilty about being child-free, but stop being disrespectful. And for all of you mothers out there who had children with the wrong people, stop getting on the internet and telling everybody how horrible it is to be a mother, because it's an amazing gift. It's an amazing gift, and you should take it with gratitude. Let's break these cycles, people. Let's break these ideas that you have to have it all, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You can have what you have at the moment, and you can strive for other things when there is room to have something else. That's it. And just try to be happy. Like, I am overwhelmed every day because there doesn't seem to be enough of things not to do. There's always something to do. Always, always, always. And I'm overwhelmed constantly. But guess what? If anybody asks me about my son, I'm always like, I do not regret that for one moment. He is the greatest joy in my life. And I'm not saying that in a way that depletes my joy without him. I'm saying that he's extended to that joy. Work does not bring me that joy. He alone brings me. And until you experience it for yourself, You will not know. And if you are immature and decide that your needs are more important than raising your child, that's when you become a miserable person who gets on the internet and talks about how horrible it is. And you opened up your legs to somebody who probably didn't want children, and now you're alone. And I'm sorry, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. And I cannot imagine doing it by myself, and I do not want to do it by myself. So I am so sorry for that, but stop going on the internet and telling women this. And again, for the people who do not want children, stop going on the internet and boasting about how great your life is without children and making women who have made that decision feel bad. And for the women, again, who have had children, stop going on the internet and stop telling women that they should blah, 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 have children because blah, 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 blah. It's your personal choice. You make it. But you do not disrespect other people again for the choices they've decided to make. We are supposed to work together as a society. We are supposed to support each other. And everybody has their part to play. Not everybody's gonna be a mom. Not everybody's gonna be a dad. Not everybody's gonna be a doctor. Not everybody's gonna be a lawyer. Not everybody's gonna be a plumber. Not everybody's gonna be a contractor. Everybody has their role to play, just like you as a human being in your body. Not every cell is a heart cell. Some of them are colon cells, and they deal with all the shit. That is just life. And you make the best of it. You take care of what you need to take care so you can be healthy, mind, body, and soul. All right, take care of yourself. I hope this non-opposite day taught you something, and let me know in the comments. What do you think about anything I've said? About motherhood, about opposites day, and how I made it into a non-opposites day. All right, I would love to hear from you. I will talk to you again. Take care of yourself. Bye.